It's the leading cause of preventable deaths and disease in the U.S., causes nearly 500,000 deaths every year. Yet more than 37.8 million Americans still do it. You know what I'm talking about? Smoking cigarettes. Still, far too many of us use it, and while many know the health risks, quitting we know is so difficult. The average smoker tries to quit 8 to 11 times before they're finally able to quit for good. Well, what's the trick to potentially dropping this deadly habit? Well, a new study says the most effective way might be money. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine compared 5 smoking cessation methods. Financial incentives was the most effective method of the 5. Let's use a financial incentive right now. If you're at home watching and you've thought about quitting, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW for resources. Here's your financial incentive. On average, a pack-a-day smoker spends $2,000 a year on their habit. If you quit, not only are you improving your health, within 20 minutes, believe it or not, your heart rate will start to drop. Within the course of a few days, your breathing will improve. But think about that for a minute. You right now could put $2,000 in your back pocket, your hard-earned money. That's yours to keep if you're able to quit smoking. But again, you may have tried 8 times. Well, this could be your 9th, and this could be the time you succeed. I am going to guess that you're clearly a healthy guy, that you don't smoke.
I do not smoke, and that's a constant battle with my patients to try and get patients to stop.
And it really is for a lot of people, but maybe you have a loved one that you're trying to convince to stop smoking. Maybe nothing's worked. Well, this viral video could help. Check out this experiment done by a YouTuber named Chris Notap. He used tubing and a jar filled with cotton balls to mimic the effect smoking an entire pack of cigarettes has on the lungs and throat. After 20 cigarettes are smoked through the makeshift lungs, cotton balls are left a gross brown color from the toxic chemicals. The clip also shows the pump's tube, which represents the throat, clogged with a sticky, brown, gooey tar. Because we know sometimes you can tell people, look, it's going to cause early death, it's going to cause lung cancer, it's going to cause COPD, but sometimes you just need a visual.
Yes.
That visual, it is, right? It's shocking. And to think that's your lungs, I think it works, these visuals.
That's 20 cigarettes too. And I think people, the danger of this is not to be understated. It is the leading cause of preventable death. It's almost 500,000 people die of this every year, which is more than combined HIV, alcohol abuse, illegal drugs, car accidents. This is something you can intervene if you have a loved one who smokes. Becky, what would you like to say to anyone who's out there and wants to quit smoking?
Your freedom, you underestimate that until you just don't have it anymore. Your freedom can go only so far sometimes as your oxygen tube's going to let you. Today I'm stuck with 7 feet as far as I can be away from it.
And I know you normally use portable oxygen when you're not at home, and I'm sure people are wondering, why don't you use that portable tank all the time?
Each tank only has about 3.5 hours of oxygen for me, so you can't go very far on one anyway. To come here, I had to rent this special machine. You have to have additional batteries. The additional batteries are very expensive and they're extremely heavy.
Was there a moment that gave you the strength to quit?
One day when I was after work, I tried to get to my car and it took me more than 2 hours to go a quarter of a block. Once I got to the vehicle, I still couldn't catch my breath. And I called 911. And then I woke up in the ICU the next day.
So that was when you quit?
Well, no, I kept trying to smoke after I was released, but then I couldn't inhale. I sat next to a burning cigarette and said, what the heck are you doing? I knew it was going to kill me and that I would not be around for my 2 daughters, and I couldn't do that.
The oral cancer didn't just affect your mouth, correct?
Yes, correct. I had 35 radiation treatments with chemotherapy, and it still came back. I lost half of my lower jaw. I've had many, many surgeries, reconstructive surgeries, skin grafts, and I have scars on my arm, on my skin, on my neck.
I'm 50 and I started smoking at the age of 14. So my dad was a smoker, and I remember when I was about 9 or 10, he would ask me to light his cigarettes for him. And when I was in high school, that's when I smoked regularly and was addicted. In 1997, at the age of 66, my dad died of liver cancer, but I kept on smoking.
Do you have any health issues of your own?
5 years ago, I was diagnosed with the cancer of the esophagus, and I went through a major surgery, so they had to cut me front and back to do that. But the hardest part is the impact that it created on my family. We lost our house, we had to relocate, and that was my wake-up call, actually. So since 2011, I've been smoke-free.
Find something that distracts you from smoking. Wait 10 minutes, it'll pass. It takes time to get through these things, and it took you a while to learn how to smoke. It's gonna take you a while to unlearn to smoke.
And you know, this may seem silly, but try chewing on cinnamon sticks or sugarless gum, and don't ever tell yourself you'll have just one. Today was your last cigarette. Don't ever go back to that mentality of, you know what, I'll just have one more, I'll be fine. We can't fool ourselves into believing that you can stop just because smoking is truly an addiction. But if you do slip up, this is important. Don't ever stop trying to quit.